everyone, it's Shari Carroll here for SimonsSaysStamp.com with another card idea for Die-Cember. I'm using a couple of the memory box dies, and this is the Elise Christmas tree. It's a really beautiful, intricate tree. It has very fine branches and even cut out leaves. I'm also using the delicate branch frame, and I love this one because you can use it in different pieces. So this fits a full card size, so I'll be using these together to create my card. I've already cut out my Christmas tree and punched out the center of the leaves, and when you're die cutting such an intricate die like this, I would use the metal adapter plate. With that, you'll get a perfect cut every time. I want to cover my entire tree with rock candy distress glitter, so here I'm just using my tape runner and I'm covering the entire front of my tree with the tape runner glue. I have to be careful not to lift up the leaves too badly, and I've kept it in the paper that it was die cut from just to make it a little bit easier to add the glue. I have my distress glitter, and that is rock candy, and I've already released my tree from that background paper, and I've put a piece of craft paper underneath, just a scrap, so that you could see how this is going along. And I have my white paper underneath to catch all my extra glitter for when I'm done. Before I do anything, I'm going to hold this down with my stylus, and I'm also going to burnish some of this glitter in using my bone folder. This will help that glitter go into all the areas of that adhesive. My stylus helps me hold the tree down without getting glitter all over my fingers, so I'll just continue burnishing until I feel I have it all pressed in. And next I'll use my tweezers, and I can go ahead and lift this off and show you up close. I don't know if my camera's going to pick up the glitter, but that's my finished tree. I have cut out the delicate frame die, and I've used khaki cardstock, the Simon Says Stamp khaki cardstock, and I'm putting this onto the basil fig swirl card that I've created. And I'll be centering this on, and I've used my two-way glue pen, and I've only added glue just to that branch area. I'll go ahead and press this down and give my glue a second to take hold before I start adding more pieces. I've cut an additional branch frame from Neenah cardstock, so here I'll just use my tape runner and add some adhesive to the back and just get it up into those little areas as well. And now I'll just fit this right in and piece this back together. I love using dies this way where you can change the colors of the outside and the inside. So go ahead and press that down. And next I'm just going to lift this outside border, and since I have that paper down, I can just follow along the outside and add my two-way glue. And once I have that down, I can go ahead and press the rest of that frame together, and now everything sits nice and flush. I've also added adhesive to the top portion of my frame, and I'll go ahead and place this in. And again, I'll go ahead and turn this around, and then I'll lift up the top part of that outside frame and draw around and go ahead and press that down in place. And once I have this down, I can just add in that other centerpiece inside that branch. I'm using my glue pen to add some glue to the back side of my tree, and I'm just adding dots of glue to the connecting points and the larger leaves. I really like this glue because it stays wet enough to where I can cover an entire piece and it won't dry up on me. So I'll go ahead and flip that over and start pressing that onto my card. I wanted to add a bird to my card, so from the Peace Joy Love set there's a really cute bird, and I can stamp this right onto my card with the flat surface there. So I'm using the Wendy Vecchi potting soil, the New Ranger ink, and I'll go ahead and ink up my bird. And I have some scrap paper here I'll be stamping onto, and I can also use this to color in later. I like to do an initial stamping first and make sure that that stamps really well before I stamp onto my project. So now I can just go ahead and line this up and get the little feet of the bird right on the branch. To color my bird, I've used Barn Door Distress Marker, and I've scribbled it onto my acrylic block, and here I'm using the Fine Detail water brush just to add a little bit of color. And I'm going a little bit darker at the face of the bird and letting that lighten up as it goes towards the tail. I've added a little bit of color to the stamp bird on my card, and I've also cut out my little bird and cut off its little feet. Sorry, little bird. And I've used a little bit of foam square cut up, so it's a really small piece, and I'll go ahead and just adhere that on so that it has a little bit of dimension. For the ornaments of my tree, I'm using the Hero Arts Pool Accents. I really love this combination of colors, but I'm just going to use the one color of Pool Pearls, and I'll be using all the different sizes, so just kind of mix these up and scatter them around on my tree. To finish things off, I've covered my little bird with glossy accents, and I've added a blue bow to the top of my tree. I hope you've enjoyed my Die-Cember card inspiration, and thanks for watching.